Well, look what I found in my shower. Apparently they thought they were going to take a shower with me. That does happen sometimes here. We have such a dry climate. We get these little creepy crawlies. You know, it's just part of living here. And anywhere that's dry, arid, then you know what it's like. I don't know if y'all can hear me. The traffic's pretty bad, pretty noisy, but I stopped at Burger King to get me just some little snack or something not too expensive, and I came across this. It's a 10-piece chicken nugget for $1.49. It was $1.61, I think, with tax. And they're like regular size nuggets, you know. And I got 2 sauces. And that's for $1.49, a 10-piece. I did not know they had that. That's way cheaper than McDonald's. It's about half the price of McDonald's. I think theirs is like 3 something for a... Actually, I think it's 3 something for a 6-piece or 9-piece. Well, I don't really know. But I did order a 10-piece nugget there a couple of months ago, and it was like 4 something from McDonald's for a 10-piece. And I know they have the 6-piece. They used to have the 9-piece. I don't know if they still do. I may be wrong on that. But this was, really, just... And they're hot and they're fresh. So, I was kind of amazed at that. Okay. Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. Thank you all for coming to my channel. And I feel much better. I'm probably about 95%. I'm still a little tired. I still have a little bit of like sluggishness, tiredness, but I feel much better. And I'm back to work. Even though I'm put on like easy duty, I'm not out in the field. I don't have to work around the tractors and all that, and in the field and all that. It's much easier and very boring. I've been sweeping a lot. I'm stuck in the warehouse by myself, just sweeping and cleaning up due to my health issues with my blood pressure, which I guess is actually a blessing. I won't be stuck out in the hot fields. But it's very boring. I did not know how long it takes to sweep a big warehouse, but you could spend hours doing it. Okay. See y'all later. And doing just little odd jobs, cleaning stuff, and just whatever they can find, little things like that. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to work a second job. I don't know if they can make up that much work for me. But thankfully I have a good boss, and she was very understanding about my situation. And I'm gonna be back on my schedule, my podcast, my writing, everything. This weekend I'm gonna be working on that, and trying to get some my dog show podcast. I'm going to try to load up at least one this weekend, and the one in the middle of the week, and get back on a regular schedule. But it just took the wind out of my sails. This really, I was just so incapacitated. I literally could not stand up without getting dizzy and feeling extremely, not just tired, lethargic, like there's something really wrong with me. And I'm feeling much better now, but I really got behind in all my writing and everything. And my new podcast for the scary short stories, yes, I'm still going to do that. It's just, it really kicked me down, and I barely wrote a little bit on it. But that is another thing this whole weekend I'm going to dedicate to getting back on track and doing everything like that. And I was I got a spider bite on my arm. I don't know if you can see it very well. It's kind of red and bumpy right there. It's kind of hard. And apparently a spider crawled in bed with me, I guess, because when I woke up in the morning, I had it, and it was so horrible. Ugh, and I can't stand spiders. They creep me out. I live in an old house, so there's spiders all around, and there were 2 scorpions in my bathtub the other day when I wanted to take a shower, and I caught them, and I'm going to show a little clip of them. That's a regular thing around here. That's why you don't put your shoes out on the porch here around this area in Texas. I would suppose most places that are dry and arid, like anywhere in Nevada, California, New Mexico, there's areas that are real dry and kind of arid, you know, that are great climate for spiders. You just don't put your... I see this sometimes, though. Some people do this, though. They will put their boots out on the porch, their work boots, and they leave them there. And I never do that. I don't ever do that. I put all my shoes in plastic tubs because I know, I mean, there's scorpions, spiders. I mean, I have tarantulas in my front yard and scorpions and spiders in my house. It's just the way it is here. But some people, I don't know why. And I've even told other people, I was like, why do you leave your shoes out on the porch? You know, there's scorpions around and spiders. No. I was like, yes, there are. If you do, you have to, like, knock them on the ground, you know, make sure, turn them upside down, make sure, let it crawl out, you know, let the spiders or whatever and crawl out. And I've seen a few lizards lately. Haven't seen any snakes, thank goodness. I don't like snakes. I don't think I've seen a rattlesnake in years, but I live in town, so I don't have that kind of issue. I don't have to worry about that. Outside town, you know, out in the pasture, you know, where they're around where there's food. Like if there's field mice or something, then, you know, there'll be, you know, rattlesnakes, but not, I mean, they're very common here in Texas, and I've seen lots of them, but I don't have to worry about that, thank goodness. But today was pretty boring. It was just me getting back to work. This is my third day back at work, and I worked 10 hours, but I took a 30-minute lunch yesterday. We were really busy. I stayed late to help them, I'm working in another department where I usually don't work at, but I'm helping these other people, just doing little whatever I can to help them out. And I ended up staying, you know, really late, which was fine because I needed the hours anyway. And I went to Walmart today and had all my stuff, and I went to the checkout, and there was one lady at the cash register, but it said her sign was turned off or said closed. But she was standing there. She was in her little checkout area, but she was standing there talking to another employee, and they just looked at me and this other person drove up with our baskets, and they just looked at us. And then there's like all these other... This is a certain Walmart that I rarely go to. It's more like just the market, you know, just for food and stuff like that. It doesn't have as much items in it as, I don't know, what do you call it? Dry goods or regular, not dry goods, I don't know what you call it, just household items. It doesn't have very much of that. It's mostly just got food and maybe a few, I don't know, shampoo, toothpaste aisles, something like that. But it doesn't have the other big items. And I rarely go there because I forgot about it, that they have the self-checkout, which I can't stand. I don't want to check myself out. You know, I already bought my food, bought whatever I bought there. I want somebody else to check me out. I don't want to do it myself. I just got off work. I'm tired. The last thing I want to do is go and check out groceries for free at Walmart. I don't want to be a Walmart cashier. Too much stress. And I would rather somebody else check me out because I didn't know how to work this stupid little produce thing. You know, put the thing on there. I bought avocados and tomatoes. I was going to make, guacamole tonight, and I didn't know how to work it, and I didn't understand. I had to call that lady over like 3 times. I had to call her over because I bought this big giant, well, not giant, but it's a watermelon. I bought this watermelon. This is I love watermelon. It's my favorite kind of fruit. I don't really eat a whole lot of fruit, but I do love watermelon, and I'll probably eat about half of this tonight by myself. And I got it for $2.50. It's pretty good, you know. And it sounds like it's ripe, so. But I didn't want to check myself out because I don't know how to work the stupid register. It pisses me off. I don't want to. When I go and buy my stuff, I want somebody else to do it for me. I don't want to do it. I'm tired. And I don't know how to. She had to show me how to do every little thing, and each one was all different. I was like, am I going to remember this? And that's why I hardly ever go to that one. I kind of forgot about it. But, oh well. Just checking in with y'all, and I'll be back on schedule. I'll be working this weekend with my writings and everything, and I'll get my dog show podcast done, and I'm gonna finish that short story. I know it's been forever, but this just, I mean, literally just knocked me down. I had trouble standing up. I got dizzy. I tried to get out of bed, and I thought I was gonna pass out a few times. It affected me that bad. And I think it was a combination of the shot and the me working in the heat that day that I went out to the field, because I worked like 6.5 hours or something like that, 6.5 hours, and it was 95 degrees, and it was just too much. And it was, I took one day off from getting the shot, and I thought I'd be okay. That morning, after when I woke up, after I'd taken one day off, I woke up the next morning, I did feel a little bit better. My arm was a little sore, and I had the same soreness with my first shot, except, well, this soreness wasn't really sore. It was like pain in my arm. The first shot that I got, I had, like tender soreness, but this second shot, my arm was like, I was having like extreme pain, where the injection site was, and all the way down to my elbow, into the muscle of my forearm, and then again my hand was all cramped up when I woke up, and I was like, what? Am I going to be crippled up like this? I was like, is this going to stay this way? Because it stayed that way for, I don't remember, like an hour. I mean, it took a long time, or my hand was all crumped up for, quite a while, and then it took almost all day for me to actually be able to straighten my fingers out. It really, really hurt really bad. Even the next day, I could feel like my fingers weren't really, I didn't have the strength, I didn't have my fingers, my hand felt really weird. So I had really weird side effects. And that pain in my arm it was like a stabbing pain, not like a tenderness. I mean, last time it was just sore when I would just move it, or if I touched anything with it. But this was just, I was just sitting there, and it would just become a stabbing pain, and sometimes it would just start throbbing really bad. And that happened to me when I was out in the field, and I couldn't hardly use my arm, and I kind of thought momentarily about a heart attack, but I thought, no, I can't be having a heart attack. I don't know, I assessed that it was the shot, which thank goodness it was, and all the other symptoms I had were just magnified, and I think it was because of my age, and my body just didn't handle the vaccine well. But hopefully I've got, immunities built up in me from this shot. It better have, because this really was a horrible experience. And I had debated not to get it, whether or not to get it. At first I was not going to get the shot because I didn't like the way it was being rushed. I didn't like the administration at the time, his behavior, the way he was demanding and just rush this. And you can't do that with, I thought it was just going to be like a guinea pig situation, and it kind of was. because this vaccine was developed really fast. But then after a while, so many people were getting sick, it just got worse and worse. And then I was afraid, not to get it. So I don't know. In the end, I did end up getting it. I don't know. That was just what I decided for myself. But, each person needs to decide what they want for themselves. What they decide is best for themselves. Okay, thank you all, and I'm going to be working this weekend on all my writing, and I'll post again. Thank you all. Thank you so much.